Hi, welcome back to Heart and Soul Homes. My name is Monica. In today's video, I wanted to take you through, I think that in the summertime, maybe we don't have as many, with your kids out of school, or maybe you just need that time to really sit back and reflect on our homes and what we can do to kind of take the overwhelm of maintaining a beautiful home. Again, no matter what size or what type of home it is, that's my whole goal for you, is to just help you, guide you, inspire you to just create the best home, possible. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Is I've got about 4 really good tips, I think, to help you create, but better yet, maintain this beautiful home. And a house needs to become a home, right? A house doesn't just, it takes care of the a roof over your head type of situation, but creating a home, but then maintaining that home and that cozy feel is what I want to talk about today. It goes without saying, the number one tip I have is having an organized and a system in your home that helps you in so many areas of your home, right? It can help with budgets, because if you are keeping your pantry, or maybe your overstock of shampoos and stuff like that, soap, all that kind of thing, if you're keeping and maintaining an organized system, it is so important for budgets, because then you're not just out there buying, oh, I didn't know I had 3 shampoos already. I didn't know, I had these many extra, hand soaps, whatever it may be, or food, in your pantry. Like, I didn't know I had all these canned goods. I could have been using those out, cooking with that and then getting restocked. So having an organized space helps your, or a system, helps your budget, helps putting away, like groceries or house needs, all that kind of stuff, because everything has a place. You just put it back where it goes, and there's no question, and there's no clutter. It also helps with what I just said, the clutter and the time it takes. If you have a toy storage system, organization system, if you have where all your cleaning rags go, or where all your cleaning supplies go, and you know what I mean? It's just that organized space just helps, in time, helps you not focus so much of your time. Where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put that? It can also help where multiple people in the household, so it doesn't have to just, fall on you. If there's a system, if there's a place, if there's, the kids can help pick up their toys and they know they go in these bins, or they know they go in this basket. Your husband knows this is where all the canned food goes. So when we're putting away groceries, this is where it goes. If we're putting away, like I was mentioning, shampoos and stuff, like overstock, if we've got one place where everything is, then there you go. Everybody knows where to put that away. Another thing that I found is, hey, I was a single mom all my kids' life, right? So everything did fall on me. But where I can see happening is that, like, if there's one spot for, and this helped me with the older kids, if there's one spot where all the first aid stuff is, sunscreen is, you know what I mean? Like, there's just one place where you can find Band-Aids if you need a Band-Aid. That's where it helps. It's not like, Mom, can you show me this? Mom, where is that? Mom. You know what I mean? It just kind of gives everybody a feel of where things go, so they can go get them, so they can put them away, so they can help you clean up. It just overall helps. I think it's probably that's why I put number 1, because it's my number 1 tip. If you can keep that organization, it just helps your life, maintaining your home, so much easier. The other part of that as well is it helps with your mental health, because if you really sit and think, when your bedroom is really messy, or your bathroom, or the family room, or the kitchen, or whatever, How do you, like really pay attention. How do you feel inside? Like, are you anxious? Are you overwhelmed? Are you like, you know what I mean? You're ready to explode. It might, and then think about after you clean up that area and you walk into it, how do you feel? How does your body react to that? My guess is it's going to react just calmer. Okay, I can do this. I can do the next room, or okay, I can do this. It helps your mental health, not having all that clutter and having toys all over the floor. I noticed something when I go to my son and daughter-in-law's house, and when I go up to the playroom, and bless her heart, she's trying. She's got baskets and she's doing, she's trying, but she's also trying to let them be kids, and I completely get that. And they don't like to clean up after themselves, right? In the toy room. But I noticed the kids, and I noticed myself, it's like it's an overwhelm. You walk into the playroom, into the loft, and it's overwhelming. And I think they feel it. I know she feels it. I'm feeling it. So something I want to do over the summer is help her come up with a system that is easy for the kids, because they are little. There's 2 littles. And my oldest grandson, he kind of just hangs out in his room, and he has Legos, but he cleans them up. He knows. It's the 2 littles that just throw everything. So, kind of work on a system, work on them learning how to clean up and do their part and all that kind of stuff. So that's just one example I've seen recently where, I physically can feel. I know it around my house. When the kids and their families come over once a week usually. And so after they've been here, of course, they help bring in towels and they help clean up, somewhat. But I know for myself, and it's my mom too, after everybody leaves, we do a massive speed clean, and, we get the kitchen cleaned up. We get all the towels to the laundry at least, because usually it's later. I'm not going to sit there and do all the loads of laundry, that kind of thing. But we get everything cleaned up. We get the toys cleaned up. We get, everything out of our space so that we can just and end our evening, watching a show or whatever. But we're not overwhelmed, and we're not, stressed out about just stuff being all around. And then the next day, I go through, I get all the towels done, the laundry, because everybody showers and, all that kind of stuff. Get all that kind of stuff done. And then I feel I'm not overwhelmed. I feel good. Like it was total fun and we had a good time, and, here we are. So I just really, for so many reasons, I just recommend having an organized, if that means doing some decluttering, getting some decluttering done. Just having a free space is the biggest tip to maintaining your household and making it that cohesive, cozy place that you want to call home. My second tip, I think we've been so programmed. I know when I was a kid, I heard spring cleaning, and it was like the really deep cleaning, that kind of thing. And as I was an adult, I did the same thing, and, all those kind of things. But the last few years, I have just really sat and thought about, like, why do we do that? Why do we wait, for spring, to deep clean? What is it about spring cleaning? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what is the whole thing? So what I've been trying to incorporate, because let's think about something. Your baseboards, or your cabinets, or your rugs, or your carpet, or, whatever, your fans, your lighting, all that kind of stuff. It really should be cleaned more than one time a year, right? I mean, so I don't get it. But so what I kind of started realizing is, why not just all throughout the year when I'm, I have my regular cleaning, right? You clean the bathrooms, you dust all the wood furniture, you know what I mean? And you clean the family room, and you you clean the kitchen and all those kind of things. And you have those weekly tasks that that you clean and you vacuum and you do the floors and whatever, clean up in the kitchen, whatever. Why not have a running list of all the deep cleaning type of projects you want to do? Baseboards, lighting, cupboards, doing a really good wipe down of your cupboards, rugs or carpet, that kind of stuff. Why not have a list, of those items, and then each week you just add in one or two of those deep cleaning items, right? So say, for an example, say I'm cleaning my kitchen, obviously that's a daily thing, but like I'm doing a really good wipe down, and maybe it's after everybody's been here and I'm really, really cleaning everything down good and all that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna clean the family room up, and I'm doing the floors, and I'm dusting, and I'm doing all those kind of things. Instead of overwhelming myself with a weekend or a week or a whole day, whatever it may be for you, doing all this rigorous, hard, deep cleaning down on your hands and knees and all that kind of stuff, why not just incorporate a couple of those items each week? So it's just a revolving, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna clean the kitchen, I'm gonna clean the family room. Okay, so while I'm cleaning the kitchen, I'm gonna clean it really good, and I'm gonna vacuum, I'm gonna do the floors. I'm gonna take that extra step this week, and I'm going to, pull out the Murphy's oil, and I'm gonna clean down the cabinets really good. And then it's done. And then, okay, so I'm gonna clean the family room, and I'm gonna do all the floors, I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna pull out the carpet, the rug cleaner, and I'm gonna clean the rug really good. Okay, you know what I mean? And then next week, I'm gonna really dive into the dining room here. And I'm going to not only, dust and do the floors and, mop the floors and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna clean, the chandelier, and I'm gonna do the rug. I'm gonna vacuum the rug really good. And then next week, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do the back end of the house and that kind of stuff, and I'm gonna come through and do baseboards. Do you see where I'm coming at? Like, just incorporate small little steps. And it's kind of like, how do you, eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? It's not that overwhelming, oh my God, I'm gonna spend a whole weekend and I'm just putting it off because I can't deal with spring cleaning, you know what I mean? If you just take those little bits and pieces each time, it's not so overwhelming. And your house is continually, looking its best, and, it feels good, it looks good, it feels fresh, but it's not like once a year. Because like I said, all those things that we do as deep cleaning, that's not really kind of a one time a year situation. And if we're doing that on the rotation, then, you know what I mean? It's kind of happening probably 3-4 times a year, you know what I mean? Or at least each quarter type of thing. And then, you might have a month where you're not doing any extra deep cleaning. Okay, woohoo, you have that time off. But then you know what I mean? You just start that running list again, adding to. It's so much more enjoyable. I do love to clean, but you know what I mean? And then maybe on those months, okay, here's a good idea. I'm thinking out loud. On the months where maybe you don't have as much deep cleaning, on those months where you don't have as much deep cleaning or you don't have anything to do, take that month to go through your your systems. Go through the pantry real quick when you're cleaning the kitchen. Okay, is everything, in order? Can I throw this out? Or these chips are, bad or whatever. And then maybe take a look at your cleaning supplies cabinet or under your sinks or in your drawers in your bathroom, just little bits at a time. There you go. And you're maintaining your house, you're maintaining your systems, you're going through toys maybe, and making sure that they're, being used, or you're not just cleaning up broken pieces. That happens here a lot. So, you know what I mean? I think it's just like that whole work smarter, not harder, right? And I think as so many women are working and maybe they only have, the weekend, or they try to do their housework a little bit each night or something like that, that's something that you can add into and it not be so overwhelming. Or on a Saturday, you know, you're going to do some cleanup here, and I'm going to take one deep cleaning chore and I'm going to wipe that out. It helps. It maintains time, and it really helps. If you have somebody that helps you clean, okay, they can do the regular cleaning, and once a week you just add on 1, 2, whatever you feel like you can handle of the deep cleaning, checklist chores, and you're done. So just keep that in mind. That's something that I think could really help a lot of people, and it just keep us from feeling overwhelmed by maintaining our homes, because we have to have integrity and pride in our homes. You know, we are so lucky to have homes. Again, no matter what the size, what type, any of that kind of stuff. We are so lucky, and we need to have the gratitude and show our homes that gratitude that we have, you know, in them, and maintain them and make them as beautiful as we can. My third tip is, and this was always hard for me because I would always have the hardest time remembering those like monthly, annual, you know, things that need to happen in your house. So, for example, what I try to do is I set like at the first of the month. So when you make your house payment, that type of thing, that's when you change your air filters for your AC unit, right? If you have AC. You don't forget it. It's just part of the house payment, right? It's just part of that. It's just that, getting in that habit. Instead of going, oh, well, I think I did it on the 15th. Well, no, last month I did it on the, 20th. I mean, it's just the first of the month. There you go. You do your air filter. Maintaining systems like that, is so important. You spend a lot of money on a heating or air conditioning or both kind of system. You have to take care of it. And there are simple ways. And it doesn't have to be the most expensive. Every AC contractor I have had out here always tells me, don't go buy the most expensive, all these special allergen things, all that kind of thing on the filters, because it just jumps up your AC unit. It doesn't, just get the cheapest one, but change it every month and be religious about it. So that's what I do. I don't go and spend a lot of money on all that kind of stuff. I just make sure that I, once a month, get in there, change that out. I have 2 units in this home. So, I just change those out every first of the month. And when you think of it around something like the house payment, type of thing, or, like if you are elderly and you get your Medicare, that's kind of where I try to put the thought behind it. Anything that you need to do on a monthly basis, I think it's the easiest thing to go ahead and just plan it at the first of the month, when you're making a house payment or rent or that kind of thing, around something that is an every month bill, and it just kind of makes more sense to me to do it around a house payment or rent or that type of thing, It's just, I think, an easier way to remember all of that kind of stuff. Now, if you have stuff that you do annually, like I typically will have the air ducts cleaned every year. I always choose, so something, that you do every year. If you have septics or you have, the air, the cleaning the air filters, not the air filters, but the, the air ducts, or you have chimney sweeps every year. Anything that you do that you want to do to maintain your home, that you do on an annual basis, I suggest doing it every January. It's the beginning of the year. It's like, okay, fresh starts, all that kind of stuff. And it's easy to remember. First of the year, that's when I start booking. If I'm going to do like a professional carpet cleaning, or like I do the tile, a professional cleaning of the tile every year, in the kitchen and stuff, excuse me. And so those are the things, the air ducts and the tile and the carpet, typically. We don't really use our fireplace that much, so I don't do that. But if I was, and I did, I would do it in January. it's just that easy. Like I say, the monthly with the house payments, it's just that easy, reminder that, okay, this is when I do these things, and I don't have to think about it. It's just like, okay, Christmas, we're bringing down Christmas. Okay, start scheduling, the different trades to come in and do what I do annually. So those are kind of just some ideas that I think help in those type of things that you have to remember. I know people have furnaces and they have to have their furnaces inspected. I am on a program which it actually helps. It's a monthly service I pay for my AC and heating units. They come out 2 times a year, and I think it's like $17 a month. But when they come out the 2 times a year, I don't pay, that service fee and all that kind of stuff. And then I get discounts if there's things that need to be fixed or worked on. So I suggest that as well, because then they start calling me. I don't have to think about it, but it's usually after summer and before winter, or, before it starts getting cold here is when they'll start calling. So that's a helpful, it kind of takes that guessing out, because they start calling me and reminding me to do that. And so that's helpful. Plus it saves money when there are things to do, and I'm maintaining my systems, the 2 times that are recommended, and I don't even have to think about it. So that's another thing that kind of correlates with this. But if you have like a furnace or something like that, see if they have that kind of program, and then they kind of help you remember to, do your maintenance, and then you get the discounts. So that's really helpful. And I think that's a really good idea, because we get busy and we forget, and we think we did it and we didn't, and, all those kind of things. So when you can take that guesswork out and that whole extra load of having to remember another thing, I think it just, again, helps the overwhelm and doesn't make you feel like, it's a overwhelming ordeal. Last tip, and I kind of hesitated to put this in, but I want to say if you can afford it, if it works in your family or your budget, I'm not suggesting this and saying go do this, it's all about priorities and what your budget is. But if you're in a situation where, you're both, you're working, a husband's working or a wife's working, whatever, if there's 2 people in the house that are working, and it's just overwhelming by the weekend, you don't want to mow the lawn, it just seems overwhelming, you don't have time together or with your kids or whatever that may be, and it's a lot for you and you don't want to do it. Maybe prioritize the cost of having a service come out and do that for you. Maybe it means you don't go out to dinner as many times in a month, you know what I mean? Because you're prioritizing that cost of having your yard work done. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not a problem, then you're probably already doing it. You probably already have those services. But if it's something that is like really taking your joy out of life, and there's other things you can move around financially and with your budget, then do that. Have the time, you know what I mean? If you are spending your whole weekend cleaning your house and and doing yard work and all these things that you just don't have time or energy during the week, and you're not spending time with your kids or your family or whatever it may be, then maybe that's something you need to consider and somehow, look at the budget, look at the finances, what can I take out or what can I move around, or, maybe we're not going to do this, and this, or we're going to, this is a gift we're giving each other. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Instead of, like an anniversary gift, we're going to give this to each other for a year. You know what I mean? Or whatever, however you guys, however you can do it. But, there's, if you have a pool, there's, a pool cleaning service, there's landscape, there's, helping out within the house, helping you clean. A bug sprayer, all those things that maintain your home. If there's 2 of those things that you need, but it just takes joy out of your everyday life and out of your your happiness, and there's a way you can move around and make financial, decisions that make it seem possible, then do that. You know what I mean? Live your life intentionally and the way that makes you happy. Don't spend if you are home, to me, if you're home, if you broke it up day to day, you know what I mean? And it's a financial issue for you and your family, I would say just go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Take care of your home yourself. But if it's something where, yard work is a really hard thing and the only time you have is at night and in the weekend, and that's the time you want to spend with your family or your kids, whatever, then, and you can move around some things to make that work, then make that work. So you have that life that you want to live. So I hope that I was able to, these aren't new ideas, right? Some of them I think could be, the cleaning, adding in deep cleaning when you're, doing regular cleaning. I think that is kind of new because I think we're still in that mode of, oh, we got to spring clean. I don't really spring clean anymore. And a lot of the deeper cleaning for me, I do in the summer because I can't be outside as much. So doing those deep cleans in the summer makes more sense, because I'm inside. But depending, if you live in a place where the winter is, it's the opposite and you want to just be out and enjoy the sunlight, then, then do that, but I just really, I don't, do the spring cleaning anymore because I just think, these things need to be done more than one time. But I hope I was able to give you some insight, maybe think of things a little differently than you had, or just, maybe there's things you knew and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, yeah, I know this. Why didn't I think of this? That's just my hope. I just want to help inspire you to create the best home you can, and for yourself, for your family, and to just celebrate life and live intentionally. So I hope I was able to give you some good information and some ideas, and that you can incorporate in your home. If I was and you liked this, please give this video a thumbs up and put in the comment section down below, what idea that I have given you, or something that you do that would help the rest of the community. I think that's fun because this is just, bouncing ideas off each other, right? And giving each other encouragement. So thank you, have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.